So let me start with Mrs. Jakoncic with the first question. You manage MSD's regional office covering the Balkan region from Ljubljana. We used to pride ourselves as the Balkan experts, Slovenians, but it seems that we're losing our position in the Balkans somehow. When the rest of the region joins European Union, we will probably lose even more attractiveness for foreign companies to establish regional branches in Slovenia. We are in the middle of a region with over 45 million consumers, but how can we stay attractive as a regional hub? Why would Slovenia or Ljubljana be attractive as a regional hub, for example, for your company, for MSD, please?
All in all, we start to look at there, okay, now we got to be in the Balkans and think, okay, Slovenia, or could it be Croatia, or could it be Serbia, which, probably economically it's much better. So we put all of those countries together and saying, okay, so from an economic point of view, I mean, Slovenia was definitely, would agree with me, not a winner. So one of the most costly country. But you have this one, okay, I really want to go home, so what can I do? What else can I put on the table? So we start thinking about the other categories, I name it, so what can offset the cost and situation that is in Slovenia? And then we thought about what are other parameters in there that we can use it. And saying, okay, I mean, infrastructure might be something, so at the end of the day, Slovenia, Ljubljana is sort of well-positioned for covering the Balkan countries. Until recently, I mean, we have nearly the flights to all of my countries. Now, Bucharest is not flying there, but we have quite a good connections to all of the Balkan countries. So that's one of the very good aspects that you can cover from Ljubljana. Then the second one is saying, okay, culturally. So historically and culturally, I sort of position always in front of my management that probably Slovenians were the best to understand the culture, the Balkan culture from history, and having a size of Slovenia and where it used to be in the history. So we know sort of a Eastern European mentality and culture, and somehow we understand also the high standard that Western Europeans are requesting and expectations on that. So I think the Slovenians are well positioned to understand the expectations when the Western companies understand, and also the culture of the Balkan countries. Then I looked sort of one of the parameters, size, so I see the size more in an advantage than disadvantage. We always say sometimes we are small, and how do we manage that? So I see its size, differently, It offers flexibility, it offers maybe sometimes fast decision-making process, simplification, simplicity. That's all important when you think about it. Having a regional office, sometimes you're going to have an expat. So that's an important step, on the fast decision-making process. One of the important aspects was European countries. Slovenia is EU country, well-established processes and procedures, established legal system, healthcare. Again, we're thinking about some people who are going to come in Slovenia. So good processes, procedures, healthcare, legal system, and so on. That's sort of an important parameter for us and for people who are coming here. At the end of the day, we have a lot of guests who are coming right now in Slovenia. And one of the last ones, or the first one, what we say quality of life. We believe it, many of us who has lived in the outside of Slovenia, so its quality of life in Slovenia is still very, very good. One of the best quality of life that I'm seeing here. So when we put all of that parameters saying, okay, infrastructure, so fast access, culture understanding, size, good workforce, we have heard about that. I think we have a good labor force, so people understanding, so high quality of the people, high educated people. So I think that we can empower even more, that can take decisions. So all of that has positioned that Slovenia prevail at the end of the day, and we managed to establish the regional office here.
When you establish a regional seat, for example, in Ljubljana, you employ people that come from abroad, and you employ people that come from Slovenia, engineers or economists or whatever. I mean, people who are experts, of course, need to fill up that regional branch headquarters. Now, we come to the question of mobility of Slovenians, which is a very big issue. I talked with all of you pretty much mentioned this. First of all, if you have a Slovenian employed in your regional office in Ljubljana, he or she will need to travel around the world covering that area. Second of all, when he or she becomes really productive and really well, educated in your branch, in your company, he or she may need to move out for 4 or 5 or 10 years. But it seems the Slovenians don't really like to leave our fireplace and our beautiful country under the Alps. Is that a big problem for you, establishing a regional hub? Mrs. Jakončić, please.
Yes and no. So let me start first again with Romania. So when I got in Romania, there I had, I think, at the very beginning, every day, people coming, hey, Agata, tell me what else do I need to do? I want to go abroad. I want to work in headquarters. I want to work in another country. So while in Slovenia, the quality of life, I would say it's so nice, that does not necessarily happen. However, when we established the regional office here, we managed, and currently we have our regional office is employing, 7 Slovenians here, and we have sort of a satellite, So in order to have a good buy-in for the regional and for the region, the Balkan region, we have also people working from Croatia, from Serbia, from Romania, so all over the place. So we call it satellite office. But majority of the people, yes, they are Slovenians. And at the very beginning, yes, it was not easy. But at the end of the day, when you present it in a right way and the people see the challenges and see the opportunities and see how to manage their life. So today, my people, being in regional office, they travel every week, few days a week. So they have to step on the plane and go out and manage their lives. Sometimes it's not easy, especially for the women, who had the kids, so organizing daycares and so on. But we manage, we break the barrier. We show it that basically Slovenians, when we've been here, it was time of 20 years when we've been very happy, working within the country, but it's time to go abroad and to have bigger vision, to learn, to see, to open the mind, to see the different cultures, what is happening out in the world, and not be sort of sometimes closed-minded. So I'm very happy and proud on that. The truth is also that we have in our regional office 2 expats, so in fact, who are used to work and kind of travel, and they see a lot of quality of life traveling out of Slovenia, to be very honest with that.